Hello, dear viewer. I am reading today on I'm hoping for some predictions on accessible cures for cancer. I have had friends who have passed of cancer. I have people I know who suffer with cancer now. And I don't know about you, but it feels to me like, my goodness, they've been researching on this so long. Why don't we have it yet? What's going on here? But it could just be, I know nothing about cancer or oncology or, oh goodness, I'm not any kind of medical professional. But I'd like to know, when is there an easily accessible cure for cancer? When is that coming? I mean, I think about John McCain, who is receiving, oh, here we go. Oh, this is good. We've got the Empress and the World in completion flying out of the deck. That's marvelous. But I was saying, I think of John McCain. He's getting that new progressive treatment for cancer where they're trying to inject the cancerous tumor with some sort of virus so the body fights the cancerous tumor. And he's still around. He's still with us. He's got glioblastoma. He's got brain cancer. So I don't know. I'm wondering how, will there be a cure for cancer that is accessible to all people or almost all people in the next few years? This is what I want to know. And the cards that fly out of the deck are the Empress, which is new birth, nurturing, new life, creation, creativity. Oh, that's good. The World, completion. And this Two of Pentacles, a balancing. So I feel like this is saying that there is balancing going on. Let me put these out. That there's balancing going on between competing interests. A lot of times that's that, competing priorities, competing interests. I feel like that's kind of, people are having to balance out some things to bring the birth of this cure. And their financial things. They're financial things. So I think that means, is the money there? Is the money there to fund cancer research that is independent, that may find cures that put an entire industry of cancer treatment out of business? I mean, is that one of those pentacles that people are juggling the financial interests of that very powerful industry? If chemotherapy pills can be up to $1,000 a pill, yeah, there's a lot of profit there. There's a lot of people, this would have a major effect on, well, I won't go so far as to say a major effect on the economy. I think it's going to improve things overall, but a certain industry, it sure would devastate, and let it be very quickly, let it be soon. We need to care more about people than finances. But this to me tells me that there is a juggling going on. There's a weighing of priorities. And maybe even, can we make money if we have this cure for cancer? Can we make as much money doing that? Who knows? Is there a way we can make it as profitable as the other? I don't know. I don't like seeing that card. I like seeing the World. I like seeing the Empress. To me, that's telling me the universe, yeah, it's ready. It is ready. It is ready to complete this cycle. It is ready to give new birth to a new era where people aren't dying of cancers. Okay, but let me get a clarification. Oh, this is upside down deck. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Yes, yes, yes. Somebody's wanting to hang on to their money. Yeah, that's a barrier. Shoot. It makes perfect logical sense. I'm not surprised, but still it's something to see it. This is the Four of Pentacles. This is somebody hanging on to their money with dear life. Nope, you're not getting it from me. And actually, this card usually has a whiff of love of money, greed. Yeah, no good. Let me look at the Emperor, the Hermit. Okay. So, yeah, the Emperor is ready, but waiting. This energy is ready. Yeah. And we have the winning at all costs card. Okay, so the world is really done with this cycle. This cycle of people winning at all costs. This cycle of people putting profits and greed ahead of everything as the goal. This cycle of people crowing as if they've won. And next year that might be them walking away with cancer. You know, the stupidity that occurs in our system with everything so profit driven and everything, morals being chucked to the wayside, ethics irrelevant, in relentless and short-sighted and selfish pursuit of money. The world's ready to be done with that. I'm ready to be done with that. Everybody's ready to be done with that, except for those who are in pursuit of the money, I guess. Let me see if I have any more clarification. Will we see some freedom from this? I'm seeing here that this really truly is a political issue. Shoot, yeah. But then again, that's hopeful, because that means, in other words, we do have what we need to cure cancer. We have what we need. Let me see how this one fares out, this guy who's winning at all costs and thinks he's so smart. Let's see how he fares. Okay, well, this is, again, reverse deck. Page of Swords. Now, so there's immaturity there. There's, they're just going on the the simplest and most immature of ideas. Whatever little new idea comes to help them make more profit, off they go with it. They're not looking into the future. They're not looking at it in a complex way. They truly are just, oh, this will make us some money. Hey, let's try this. Okay, let's do that. So we have a boy in charge. We basically have somebody with the immaturity of a boy in charge of blocking the cure for cancer. Oh, that's lovely. All right. I'm sorry if I get a little emotional about this, but I mean, anybody who's lost someone to cancer or sees someone battling with cancer gets emotional about this topic. Let's see. And the Hermit. So we have the Empress's energy here, ready to give new birth. But the Hermit waiting. The Lovers. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Sort of waiting for love. Waiting for love to triumph over this nonsense. Waiting for love and compassion to triumph. We need to be clear, I think, about our priorities in this country and in the world. We need to be clear about our priorities. It feels to me like in politics now, there is a lot of, and in business, there's a lot of just discounting compassion and mercy and love as foolish, as too expensive, can't afford it. A lot of, and the American people, many of the American people have gone along right with that. Oh, we can't afford that. We can't afford to have compassion for refugees. We can't afford to, put regulations in the way of big business and making profits that are loving, that are protective of the vulnerable. Oh, we can't afford that. We have to get rid of all those regulations. This whole love at some point has to be important. That's what I'm seeing. And the Hermit is a spiritual figure, though, isn't he? So I think in the spiritual realm, there is a grand transformation coming, where there will be figures who come up and help us all, who speak the truth, that love is not a luxury, love and compassion are not expenses. They are what it's all about. So there, I feel like there's some hopefulness in these cards. Let's see about the greed card. Yeah, but there's generational money behind the greed card. There's a lot of power there. Unfortunately, and it's established power. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so we have a family money. It's established power. Sitting pretty, feeling pretty darn secure. So that's what it's up against. So I really think there needs to be quite a spiritual awakening and a cultural awakening about the need for love and compassion to reign. It's not foolish. It's not unprofitable. Indeed, it's all there is. And I feel like, people who are, well, look, the snowflakes, right? Liberal snowflake. Yeah, that term. Denigrated. Like, because I have compassion for others, because I care about people who are sick and dying without help or support. I care about refugees. I care about immigrants. Because of that, somehow I'm weak? I don't think so. I think that's nonsense. To me, it sounds like serious lies and thinking errors. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. We all benefit if we care about others, because who's the next one that's going to need care and support and compassion? It's going to be you, or it's going to be someone in your family. It's not foolish to be loving. These guys, yeah, they want you to think it's foolish to be loving. They're protecting their loved ones and themselves with their money. Heck, they got the money to go get their cure for cancer. They'll find it somewhere where it's been approved and they'll do it. Heck, they don't have to worry about their people. It's these guys who want us to know that we have to have profits, we have to have profits, we have to have profits. But this is where we need to be for the new birth. This is where we need to be spiritual and focused on love. Yeah. So I guess, again, what I'm seeing is, yes, it is very doable. Yes, the universe wants to bring an end to that cycle of people dying all over the place from cancer. Yes, it's there. It's doable. But we need a spiritual force of love. We do. And that needs to overcome this family money, greed, this winning at all cost mentality for profits. This short-sightedness, this silly, I've got an idea, let's run with it, it can make us money. This approach that our culture, is bled over from Wall Street into our politics, into our culture. Since when has greed and short-sightedness ever been good? Oh well. Anyway, there's my rant. I'm sorry for the rant. I like I said, this is an emotional issue for me, because you do see people, if you know anyone with cancer, it's an emotional issue for you too. So I thank you so much for reading. Please keep doing what you do in your spiritual tradition, whatever that may be, to bring forth love and compassion, and stand up for love and compassion. It doesn't make us stupid. It makes us wise. And one last card for advice. Okay, well, this is not reversed. I actually need to start keeping my decks facing the right way. The whole deck was upside down. Okay. Advice, Two of Wands. Be watchful. Be watchful internationally. Growth. Be interested in growth. Be interested in discovery in the world. Be okay. Let's be internationally connected. I see here We've got some good ideas where there's some fire and there's some spirit behind our ideas. We have them firmly in our grasp. We need to watch. We need to explore. I mean, this is the explorer. That's who this is. This is the explorer, and he's exploring on an international basis, and we need to do that. The more we do communicate internationally on YouTube, through chat, through email, through all the social media platforms, the more we communicate internationally, the more we can kind of get together. Not only our research, our medical research, and our breakthroughs, yeah, and that's a biggie, but our awareness and our ability to educate ourselves about how best to pursue our own interests politically. But I'm looking at this as I wonder if the cure for cancer is really, it's going to be begun in another nation. It's going to be started somewhere else where it can get a foothold and get going. And then it's going to be so great that it can't be denied. There's going to be so many people benefiting that, yeah, people start flying and traveling. This is also the travel card. People start going to the treatment, and word gets out all over the social media. Word gets out. Hey, there's a treatment here. And people start going to that country to get that treatment. And then after that, one good thing about, control by those who have a lot of resources, information and truth, it blows the doors off of that kind of control. So this looks hopeful to me. Yeah, I mean, you can't stop truth. And if it's out there, if the cure is out there, yeah, good luck. Good luck keeping it under wraps. It doesn't work that way, and especially with our ability to communicate internationally so quickly and so easily nowadays. I hope that this program that helps translate what people are saying immediately to people of other languages, I hope that becomes more effective, widespread, and popular. It would be wonderful to simply be able to just start easily communicating with someone in another country, easily accessing their media, easily accessing their medical societies. I think there a lot of hopefulness comes with that. So I start on a note of sort of disgust, and I end on a note of hopefulness. The universe never fails to show me that, and says if we're going to manifest this, we got to hope, and we got to keep looking, and we got to keep exploring, and we've got to know that truth is going to blow the doors off any efforts to keep it under wraps. So I thank you so much